when we're talking with our engineering team and I'm asking them, what's our uptime last month? Did we hit our metrics? I always know that the engineer has it taken care of. BleacherReport was born out of the idea that everyday fan journalists had the passion and the interest and the knowledge on par with some of the best sports writers on major networks.
Our average BleacherReport user is a passionate, die-hard sports fan. The reason we're here is to give fans a voice that they didn't have before with kind of mainstream sports coverage.
It's about empowering fan experts to create awesome coverage of their favorite sports team. That is a single mission for the company.
We have partnerships with Fox and CBS. There's certainly a type of content that we can deliver that they can't generate themselves.
We were definitely a non-technical founding team. The decision to go with Rails was based entirely on what we had read about it in sort of more business-oriented publications. Everything we were reading about Rails was exactly the type of things we wanted to hear.
Ruby is a language that's a pleasure to work with. Rails as a framework lets you get stuff done very, very quickly.
The layer of abstraction is almost non-existent. So it makes it really easy for developers to work with.
For us, being nimble and being able to push things out, to test new ideas, to put new features in front of our writers and our readers, that's really valuable.
Build a lot of features very, very quickly with a team of 5 people compared to something like Java. We might need a team of 10 people to maintain that same level of progress.
That's the great thing about Rails. You don't have to have a technical background to know when people are excited about what they're doing.
The Ruby on Rails community, I think, is probably one of the key factors in success of Rails.
What I like about the Rails community is the fact that everyone's pretty closely knit. Whenever engineers have questions, there's always people in the needed area, both here in San Francisco, but also globally, who they can reach out to.
A lot of things you do, instead of you having to do it yourself, you just kind of Google it, and then you find pretty much, oh, somebody else has already done this. That's nice when you have a lot of free code available.
We have a lot of priorities with this business. Things are moving really quickly. We have a lot of opportunities. Ever since we stopped having to worry about our operations, we've been able to focus so much more on things that actually move the envelope for us. So the decision to go with Engine Yard was an awesome decision. It was the right decision.
Engine Yard is a partner for us. I really view them as an extension to our team.
They're not just a hosting company. They're going to support you all the way from hosting your application all the way to your app code.
What's great about Engine Yard is we basically have full coverage 24/7. Somebody at Engine Yard is going to be there in case of an emergency.
At 3 o'clock in the morning when you need a DBA and there's one there on IRC ready to go, that's fantastic.
If you have a bug in your application, most hosting companies will say, no, you're out of luck. That's your problem. That's your domain. We're only going to keep the servers up. And that's what we're responsible for. The Engine Yard will go all the way to the app level.
They are an on-tap operations team that has capabilities from the network and operating system level all the way up to our databases, Ruby, and our application. We would have to build a large ops team in-house to replace Engine Yard.
Since we made the decision to go with Engine Yard, we simply don't have to worry about who's watching out for our application.
Certainly when we have an issue, they're there and very, very helpful.
We know, based simply on reputation, that Engine Yard has some of the most recognized system administrators in the Rails space.
Recently we had a hard drive go out on a RAID array, and within minutes we were told that someone was en route with a fresh piece of hardware to swap in there, and during the transition of that hardware we were kind of given constant updates.
Sometimes if something goes wrong at 1 or 2 in the morning and I call one of the engineers to just ask, is this being taken care of? Is somebody on this? Usually the first answer I get is, yep, we're on with Engine Yard. And that's code word for it's being taken care of.
As anyone who's kind of grown an application before, scaling often comes with some pain, and there's experts at Engine Yards that can help us with that.
I see Engine Yard being a big part of our future.